Hey everybody, Justin Cener here. Just wanted to make this quick video about custom audiences inside of your Facebook Ads Manager. You might have seen my other video on retargeting, and that is definitely a great example of how to use a custom website audience, or I'm sorry, a website custom audience on Facebook. And retargeting, lookalike audiences, these are all the different types of audiences you can build. I'm going to show you exactly how to build them and some of the cool combinations that you could really quickly build. This is just going to be a couple-minute video, and you'll see all the different combinations there. So a couple things you need in terms of prerequisites. You need to obviously have a website that you're driving traffic to, and you need to have your Facebook pixel installed on there, because without the Facebook pixel, you're not going to be able to capture any of the data that's needed to build this audience. So the cool thing is, if you haven't built an audience yet, but you have your pixel installed on your site, Facebook's going to be able to kind of go back in time and capture all the people that went to the site. So let's just do a quick example. We're over here on the audiences page. You can find it through tools and then audiences. So once you're over here, you need to just click the create audience button. And we're going to do custom audience. Lookalike audience will be a totally different subject. We'll go to custom audience first, and you see the different options here. If you have an email list, you could bring in your email list and build an audience based off of that. We're going to be mostly concerned with website traffic, right? So it says create a list of people who visit your website or view specific web pages. So there's a couple different options we have here. So first of all, I was talking about how we can go back in time. We want to make sure this box is always checked. Include past website traffic. So as long as you had the pixel set up on your site, it was capturing data even though you weren't using it to build an audience. So that's pretty cool. You have all that info. For here in the last 30 days box, you're going to want to change this to 180. And if you click over here, it tells you the maximum time is 180 days. So it's going to go back in time a maximum of 180 days. What this means is, let's say no one else visits your website in 180 days, this audience will go to 0. So remember that custom audiences, they do have a finite life cycle. So this audience right here, we can make this audience, and let's say our website is fishingshirts.com. This could be basically all traffic to fishingshirts.com. So it's anyone who visits your website that has the pixel installed. So this one is, this one's good if you want to build if you want to build an audience. Let's say you have a store about fishing shirts. Obviously, everyone who's been to your store, for the most part, they're going to have some sort of interest in fishing shirts. So this is a good audience to use when you want to just target a really laser-focused audience, and you already know that since all these people who have already clicked over to your website, you know that they're interested in your niche. So if your niche is fishing, this audience that you would build right here, all we'd have to do is press create audience. If you would, if we were to do that, it would be a pretty powerful custom audience of just people who have gone to your website, and of course they're sharing that similar niche interest. Now, if you have a general site, this won't be too powerful to you, right? You need a niche site to take advantage of all of the traffic that has gone to your site, and hopefully it's all made up of similar people. So that's the first one, right? Anyone who visits your website. That's the most straightforward. So let's check out some of these other options. So here's the one that I use the most: people who visit specific web pages. And this, if you saw the retargeting video, this is how you set up your retargeting audience. So all you need to do is find your actual product URL. So this is going to be something that you would deal with on an individual product basis. So I'm going to show you just a sample product. So let's say this is our sample product right here, right? And we have this on here. All we need to do is grab this URL, and we can copy it. We don't need any of the variant information, so you could stop at the question mark. We're just going to copy the URL, and then we're going to come down here and paste it into this section. So what this says here is you're going to build an audience and include people who visit any web page that meets the following rules. And the rule here is the URL contains and has this part. That's obviously the URL, like you saw. I just copy and pasted that from my product URL. So that's a basic retargeting audience. This is going to be on an individual product retargeting audience. So again, this is a very straightforward one. This is under the people who visit specific web pages. Super easy, and this is what you're going to use for retargeting. So this one's straightforward. Let's show another interesting one here. So people visiting specific web pages but not others. And you'd think, why exactly would I want to do that? Well, here's a very easy example. So we're going to go back and we're actually going to grab the same URL, right? So we want to target anyone who has visited this page. But let's say, put yourself in your customer's shoes, right? You visit this page and you purchase the product, right? you bought this shirt, and now you're whatever, you're waiting for it to get shipped. Maybe you purchased it a couple days ago. Now, me as a marketer, I want to run a retargeting audience. So as you saw in that last example, I'm going to copy this URL, and I'm going to paste it into here. Now, here is the important part. Whoops. The important part here is, let's say I purchased that product. Now, as a marketer, I'm running a retargeting ad to this product, and maybe I'm giving 15% off. You can imagine how annoyed, and pissed off that your first customer is going to be when they purchased. They followed your instructions, they clicked on your ad. They were the perfect customer. They bought that product at full price. Now, all of a sudden, a couple days later, they're scrolling through Facebook and they see a 15% off retargeting ad, and they think, wow, now I'm never going to buy from this company at first. All I'm going to do is pretend to buy and then wait for them to give me the coupon. So you're kind of conditioning your customers to wait for that retargeting coupon. A very easy way to avoid that is just use these exclude rules here. So we're going to show it to anyone who visited this page, but we want to exclude anyone who's actually checked out, right? So we want to make sure that anyone who has actually finished the checkout on Shopify, that they're not going to see this. And this could be on any platform. It doesn't have to be Shopify. But the idea here is we want to exclude the page. We want to basically exclude the thank you page to make sure that they're not seeing that. So anyone who's actually checked out is not seeing this ad, is not included in this audience. So again, the most straightforward example here is that if someone purchased your product, you want to retarget to the people who didn't and try to obviously close that sale, and you want to incentivize them with maybe a discount or a free shipping or whatever. But you don't want to anger your full price paying customers, so you don't want to show them in the audience. So this would be a good one. Right here, you would put in the URL that pops up after a purchase happens on the consumer side. So on Shopify, it's the thank you confirmation page. Maybe you're on on some other e-commerce platform. It's whatever the page that loads after they finish checkout. So basically, anyone who reaches the finished checkout page obviously made a checkout. They purchased something, so we don't want to show them this retargeting audience. So this is a very simple, straightforward idea of where you'd want to do this. Maybe another example is you want to retarget people who saw this product, but maybe in here you're going to put a different product. Different product goes here. So maybe you want to show them, a retargeting ad, but you don't want to show a retargeting ad to anyone who's seen, a different product for whatever reason. So I'm sure you could come up with, tons of different ways to kind of use this custom audience thing. Again, this is the website custom audiences. These are going to be the most powerful ones. It's starts from retargeting, and then you can have your, like that first example, the entire site pixel, and think about if you're driving, tens of thousands of clicks inside of a niche, and you're capturing that as an audience. When you go and actually start your ads, when you're looking for interest to start with, there's going to be no better interest than your full site website custom audience. So again, you have a phishing site and you drove 20,000 clicks last month. Now you have a custom audience of 20,000 people that are at least interested enough to click through your ad and get to your website. So my website conversion audiences are some of the most powerful audiences I have. I'll often try to start with them when I get to a size of like 5 or 10,000. But even if you don't have that size, you're always going to want to do retargeting anyway. So this is exactly where you do it. So hopefully this video was helpful. Post in the comments or reach out if you have any other questions, and talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.